Hi, so today I'm going to be reviewing a couple of different items that I purchased from antkeepingdepot.com. These items came within about, 2 weeks on the dot to me here in central Canada. So today I'm going to be showing you what I think about these items and the pros and cons of getting these two together. So the two items that I'm going to be reviewing are the Aeacus Macedon Resin Nest here, which is in size medium. So it is the deepest and largest of the nests that they offer at the moment, as well as the Empire of Ants Acrylic Outworld, which is the size 140 centimeters by 80 and then by 80 centimeters again. So these two items look great together. They fit perfectly, which is why I got them. So I'm going to be reviewing them one by one and then as an item together. So first of all, we're going to start with the nest. So this nest is by Aeacus. It comes with a cover, which comes with a cover which features their logo, which you can see there. It is 3D printed. Like they say in the video, it's not a blackout cover. You will need to darken it, whether that's by coloring it with a marker or by putting something over it, like a piece of paper. Something like a business card would do great. It is a little bit rough because it is sort of just your standard 3D print. However, no complaints there. None of the edges are sharp or anything. And this is pretty sturdy, like it'll last you for a long time. It also comes with a blunt-tipped hydration sponge. Now, this isn't the bluntest sponge. It does have, like, if you can see the bevel on it. So it is still a little bit sharp. So definitely not safe around children. But it won't do any serious damage to you unless you really try. Another item that it comes with is a 3D printed, connector. So normally you would put it in here. The reason I chose not to use it was because, one, it didn't actually fit that well. It was a little bit big, and I found like it was chewing up the resin. It was a little bit dusty when I was trying to put it in. So that could possibly be that it's just mine, or that maybe I need to soak in some hot water, which might do the trick for vinyl tubing. I'm not sure if it works for this. But because I wanted to have them flush together, I ended up just using the tube. But of course, some people might not like that because the tube is incredibly visible. Another couple things that it comes with is a dummy blocker cube thing. So there are these little hydration plates in here. There's one here and there's one here. They are made out of ceramic and they suck up water from the bottom from these two sponges. These two blue sponges here, which touch the bottom of the hydration tank. So the hydration tank is not really attached. It kind of just sits in there. However, you can probably most of the time pick it up pretty successfully without it dropping. However, you probably might want to just add a piece of tape or something if you do planning on moving it at all. So apparently these little plates will get wet enough for the ants to be able to drink from them, as well to keep the whole nest properly hydrated. So there's a couple different ways that you can fill this reservoir. So you can fill it by, one, just taking this off, dumping some water in here, and then sitting it back down. But if you want to be a little more careful, maybe not bother your ants, you can use the blunt tip syringe here. It also comes with a extra sponge stick, so you can just snip it, put it in there. And it has these two sponges and this 3D printed piece. There's the logo again at the bottom there. This 3D printed piece, which you can remove with the Allen key that they provide you. Just like IKEA, you can take it apart yourself, put it back together yourself, but it does come fully assembled, so there's no need to do anything about that when you get it. So overall, really nice. Has this beautiful piece of glass in the front. Transparent glass, might I add. Quite nice. And the lid does fit quite lovely on top of there. So overall, fantastic. If I had any complaints, it would be that it's smooth on the surface. So there's no, like this, you have these little rubber nubs here, little feet that stop it from sliding around. This one, there is none. So it might slide around on some other smoother surfaces, but I'm going to be putting a like some sort of tablecloth type rubberized something underneath of it, just to prevent any water leakage from destroying my books below. So perfect, would highly recommend it. I think it'll be great for any large species, small colony size, or a smaller species with a larger colony size, if that makes sense. So going on to the Outworld. So this Outworld comes with two things, a couple different things. So it has the lid, which comes in two parts, and it comes with these little siliconized stoppers, so you don't have to worry about using cotton or anything. It comes with two of them, one for each entrance. There's one either side. So I think this would look beautiful if you have two of these nests on both sides. For the lid, we have, this is the top one. And as you can see, it basically just sits on top like a box lid. What's really great about this is that you can flue on the outside around here, so that way your ants are not going to escape. As well as flue on the outside of the box. And it would basically be escape proof as far as I can tell. But of course, if you want that extra level of security, there is a lid that comes to the top. It is two pieces of plastic, as you can see here, held on by 6 screws, and in between there is a piece of fine mesh. So this is quite a nice idea, where you have that sort of double layer of security, so you can get in here and do whatever you need to do in there and then put the lid back on. However, I do find this lid is a little bit difficult to get on and off. So if you're like me, you don't really have that much fingernails, it is a little bit difficult to get off unless your hands are like sweaty to the point that you can just like, you know, basically just slap your hand on there. You're just using like the sweat from your hands like a gecko to pull it off. I would prefer almost if there was like something that you can grab onto, like this has this little tab here, because it is, I'd like to point out, it is just a little bit smaller than the actual lid by just about 2 millimeters of extra gap around it. So it can be a little difficult to get off, especially if you have larger fingers or dry fingers. With the mesh, definitely no way ants are possibly gonna escape from this opening here. However, it is a little bit rough, as you can see. It's not quite centered, which kind of bothers me a little bit, but it's in no way going to affect the usefulness of this product. So to review these two items together, they look fantastic together. This would look beautiful basically on anyone's shelf. However, the only thing about buying these two items together is that I just like to point out they're not sold together. I bought them separately and then attached them. The only thing that's a little problematic is that there is this tiny gap here where the reservoir is to where the box is. So they do not line up properly. So there's about, I'd say about a centimeter. Get my handy dandy ruler here. Yeah, I'd say basically almost exactly a centimeter difference between the two. So to combat that, I just used a box. This is a box for my glasses, which I had sitting around and finally came in use. That just sits underneath of it perfectly, and once you have the substrate in there and decorations, you won't be able to see it at all. It's actually kind of nice because this has a little sticker here of a castle, because it's Empire of Ants, and then here we have the cavalry rolling in on their horses and shiny stuff. So to sum it up, I think these two products are great together. The only, like I said, the only issue is just the lid on here, and that can be a little bit difficult to get off for some people, and that at the bottom this is not attached, so doesn't snap in any way, and that there is no little footies on here. But those are, again, super nitpicky things, and overall I had no problems with this company. I'll definitely buy from them again. And so for some of the other things that I did buy that I'm not going to be particularly reviewing is this sand by Ants, which is ant safe sand, highly recommended by a lot of people. I'm going to be using it to decorate my Outworld, as well as some vinyl tubing, like I said. So that's the end of my review, so thank you so much for watching. If you have any concerns, questions, comments, compliments, feel free to leave them below and I will get back to you. Yeah, thanks for watching my video. Have a good one.